pick me up. And just wait till you put me back down. All right.
Okay, let's take a look here at, we're going to do what the Kodokan is now calling OBI Tori Gaeshi, which they classify as a hand technique. We've used it in Sambo for years, and a lot of you guys who've been around in Judo and Sambo a while know this. In Judo, we call it the Carbarelli. First one, Derek, let's show the one where you just do the thigh, inside thigh sweep. So we're getting a Georgian grip, and we're coming in, and we're just going to come in, and with Derek's right knee, he's going to just lift inside of Tony's right thigh, and he's just going to lift him and throw him. And again, this is what they're calling OBI Tori Gaeshi these days, which is the new syllabus of the Kodokan. And you can do the same thing, sweeping to the outside. Now, let's do the one with a leg lace, like we see more of the Carbarelli, or like we do in Sambo more, where there's a Kawazugaki action. There you go. And again, I would assume that in the International Judo Federation rules, this probably isn't permitted, but this is part of the Kodokan syllabus too. So that looks more like the old Sambo version that we do quite often here.
Okay, so we're going to go over a Carbarelli, which is named after Judo Carbarelli, one of the old Soviet fighters. This one's a little bit different than what you'll see in our Sambo variation, because we can actually grab the pants in Judo. So it actually makes it a lot easier. We're going to start off with the Georgian grip, and by that I mean we cross through, tap down with your elbow to keep his head and his shoulders locked down, and then you reach down and you grab some belt. If you can't catch the belt, then you catch right underneath this seam, and it'll be the same effect. But I like catching the belt. If you find that you're having a hard time getting it, use your elbow more, okay? If he's got good posture, and I just do that, I'm not going to get him, but if I bring him down with my elbow, it's just a nice, easy grab from there. Once you get that, you step in and lace. Okay?
Now, let me ask you also, Derek, you're lacing what in Judo would call a Kawazugaki.
Exactly.
It's kind of an Ouchigari attack, but you're wrapping your foot around there. Let me come at a different angle so we can see that. Sorry, camera work there. Okay, can you lace that in there? And it's a leg lacing technique. It's Kawazugaki, leg entwining, leg wrapping, okay? And that's the setup there. And that really, that stops him, that locks him in place. I'll come back to where we were initially.
Okay, so the big Georgian grip is going to lock down his shoulders. Kawazugaki locks down that side of his hips and sticks him on that leg. That gives me enough time to hop into him, okay? I'll usually grab the pants and hop in, all right? So I'm right now in between his legs. The combination of grips and the Kawazugaki makes it pretty unlikely that he's going to be able to pick me up. I've got just too much control of him. Some people will still try, but it doesn't.
That leg jam does prevent him from picking you up in the air. It really does stop him. That's why a lot of guys use that to keep from being picked up. So it is a very useful tool.
Okay, so from here, I'm going to start with my elbow and try and look behind me. So start bending this way. As I look behind me, you pull up with the pants, and then the last thing you do is let go of the Kawazugaki and lift with your knee. And right about that time, you should be trying to turn backwards and springing off your lip.
That usually buys me a second or two before they kind of are.
Alright, so the next one we're going to do is a series of what we call the Georgian grip, okay? So the idea here is I've got a sleeve and I come through and I get his belt, okay? Now I'm taking a left-handed grip, so most of you guys can see. You can do it just as easily from a right-handed grip, okay? Come through, catch here. If it is, a lot of guys are low slung like this anyways. They'll come out like this, hoping to pull guard or maybe shoot in. And as soon as I get this, it's like, oh goody, boom, now I've got you. Now, most of you might be thinking, well, you're giving him his leg right there. Yeah, but I've got his belt in one of his arms. So he might start driving me somewhere, but it's just as easy for me to put my hip in and stop him. Okay, I've got control of his shoulders and his hips. That's the first one we're going to do because I think technically it's the easiest one. It's a step with an inner knee lift. Okay, So we get a hold of the belt, we jam this down, we jam that down, okay? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a diagonal step. Okay, not way out here, not way back there, not sideways, okay? Put your foot right next to where his foot is, okay? And as I come in, I drive that knee or the inner part of your thigh into the inner part of his thigh, okay? And as soon as you feel it start coming up, look behind you and pull that belt. I'll show you on the crash pad when I think you guys have the knee part down. The important part is that, no, knee back up, okay? Step in, catch. See how it moves? Like that? I'm not going through him, okay? I'm going up, okay? It lifts his hips up, and then all I have to do is just turn, and that belt grip just pulls him over, okay? You get his hips up a little bit, pull and twist and look behind you, he flops over.
When you pull and twist, Derek is aiming down and back with his right elbow.
Right here, okay? So if I did this by myself, step, okay? That's basically what I'm aiming for.
You mind taking a fall for him, Eric? Yeah. So watch on the pad the full movement. Then we just want you to work the first half of it like you said. Watch the full movement here.
Okay, so again, elbows cramped in, okay? This is the left hand so you guys can see it. You can do it right-handed, it doesn't matter, okay? Step in, catch, okay?
See how you land on him? You want to land on him, okay? Let him know who won.
Yeah.
Okay?
And if you don't have a crash pad, and, you know, God forbid somebody's dumb enough to try and attack you, and you know this throw outside, they're not getting up after that. They'll be knocked out at the very least. As soon as he comes in low, okay, that's it. It's a quick throw. I don't want to sit there with that grip for very long. He will eventually figure out a way. Okay? All right. Let's try it.
From Sambo.
Normally we have pants to do it, so it makes it a little bit easier. Instead of having to step in, I get a hold of the pants, jack his leg up at the pants, and then you do the lift. We don't have pants in Sambo, but we do have this 2-on-1 Georgian belt grip, okay? So, and when you get good enough with it, you could do it with the elbow, but I'm going to show it with the 2-on-1 belt grip because it makes it a lot easier, okay? So I'm going to get him closer here so I can go through this nice and slow. Okay, again, I'm breaking him down. Now, a lot of times when we do this, the guy kind of hops his hips backwards, okay? So you notice he's not in my armpit anymore, so it's going to be difficult for me to do that step in knee lift, okay? He's now completely off. I don't have enough torque to do it. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to step in and lace his leg, okay? Most people are like, oh, you're just going to, you know, like trip him. No, I'm lacing his leg so I can hop into it, okay? And then now he's stuck here. Okay, the leg lace keeps him from being able to run around the corner. Okay, if he tries it, there's a bunch of different variations to it, but usually you just end up throwing him harder.
By the way,
okay, there he pops out, step in and lace. Okay, that lace keeps him from being able to run away from me. It also gives me the opportunity to pull him in nice and tight to my armpit. Okay, then hopping again so that I'm facing him, and as soon as I get that, I start the twist, and as soon as I feel it, I lift and then look behind me. Okay? Don't hop back. I want to keep you right here. Okay? Hop in,